Hey everyone, welcome back.
It's great to be here.
So we're representing Back to Your Roots Herbs today, and we're really excited to jump into this one.
Absolutely.
We're going to be talking about Vocanga africana and all the new research that's coming out about it. It's really incredible stuff.
Yeah, it seems like every week there's a new study with some kind of amazing finding about this plant.
Right, and it's really cool. The seeds of Vocanga africana are actually economically important.
Oh, totally. And that just makes all this research even more interesting, right? Because it's not just about some obscure plant out in the wild. It's something that has real-world implications.
For sure. So let's get into it. We're going to be focusing on all the good stuff.
Benefits.
Exactly, the benefits, all the potential advantages that are coming to light thanks to all this scientific attention.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's start with a study called Investigation of Small Molecule Constituents in Vocanga africana Seeds. This one was really interesting because it took a deep dive into the chemical makeup of the seeds.
Like, what exactly is in these seeds?
Exactly. Turns out there's a whole lot going on in there. They found alkaloids, terpenes, and fatty acids.
Wow, a diverse mix. So were these compounds already known to exist in Vocanga africana?
Some of them, yeah. But get this, they actually identified 31 new compounds, like totally new to science. That's pretty amazing, right?
That is really remarkable. To find that many new compounds in a plant that's already been studied is pretty uncommon, I'd say.
I know. It really makes you wonder how much we still don't know about the natural world.
Right, like what else is out there just waiting to be discovered? Okay, so they found all these compounds. What's next?
Well, some of the alkaloids found in the endosperm of the seeds,
The endosperm, that's
the core, the inner part of the seed.
Gotcha.
So some of those alkaloids are particularly interesting. We're talking about strychnine, aquamadine, polynerudine, vobacine, and 14-phencamine.
Okay, some pretty complex names there. Any of those stand out?
Yeah, vobacine.
Vobacine, okay. Tell me
Yeah.
more.
Well, this study found it in the seeds, which is interesting in itself.
Right.
But other studies have actually looked at vobacine in the bark of Vocanga africana, and guess what?
What?
They found that it has anti-cancer and antiplasmodial activity.
Wow, hold on. Antiplasmodial, that means it can help fight against
Malaria.
malaria, that's right. Wow, so this verbicine, it's a pretty potent compound.
It seems like it, yeah. And it makes you wonder, if it has those effects in the bark, maybe it does something similar in the seeds too, right?
You'd have to think so, right? I mean, it's the same compound, even if it's found in different parts of the plant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the alkaloids. There's also bacarboline.
Copolamine, I remember reading about that. It's not really a single compound, right?
Right. It's more like a basic structure, a framework that a lot of other alkaloids are built on.
Like a building block.
Yeah, like a building block. And there's research showing that these carboline alkaloids, they have a ton of different potential benefits. We're talking antibiotic, antioxidant, even anti-cancer properties. Pretty wild, huh?
That is wild. So are there any specific carboline alkaloids in Vocanga africana that are particularly interesting?
You bet. Harmane.
Harmane. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
And this study, they found it in the Vocanga africana seeds for the first time.
Oh, wow. So what's so special about this harmane?
Well, from what other research is showing, harmane may have some pretty incredible effects. Like, it could potentially help with anxiety and depression.
Really?
Yeah, and it might also have antiplatelet activity, which could be important for cardiovascular health.
That's interesting.
And there's even evidence suggesting that it might have anti-diabetic properties and could even help to inhibit certain enzymes in the body.
So it could potentially help regulate blood sugar levels and what were those enzymes again?
Acetylcholinesterase and myoperoxidase.
Right, right. And inhibiting those enzymes could have implications for a wide range of things, from inflammation to neurological health.
Exactly. And get this, harmane might also act as an antioxidant, help fight parasites, potentially lower blood pressure, even help with morphine withdrawal.
Whoa, hold on. That's a lot of potential benefits from one compound.
It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I almost forgot. It might also have anti-nociceptive effects.
Anti-nociceptive.
It could potentially help reduce pain.
So harmane is like a multi-tool for the body.
It really seems that way. And we're scratching the surface here.
Incredible. So we've got vobacine and harmane. Any other standout compound?
Absolutely. There's strychnine.
Strychnine, right. Another one of those alkaloids found in the seed endosperm.
Yep. And research suggests it might have antiviral, cytotoxic, antimicrobial, and even acetylcholinesterase inhibiting activities.
Okay, let's unpack that a little bit. So antiviral and antimicrobial, those are pretty self-explanatory.
Right. They could potentially help fight off viruses and bacteria.
And cytotoxic. That means it can be toxic to cells, right?
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It could mean that it can target and destroy harmful cells, like cancer cells.
Ah, I see. So potentially another anti-cancer agent in these seeds?
Possibly. And then the acetylcholinesterase inhibiting activity. That's similar to what we were talking about with Harmane.
Right, potentially boosting cognitive function and maybe even having effects on things like mood and memory.
It's fascinating. Both Harmane and strychnine seem to have potential benefits for mental well-being, fighting infections, and even influencing brain function.
We're seeing a real pattern here. It's like these seeds are packed with compounds that can support our health in so many different ways.
Totally. And we haven't even talked about bind 14 vincamine yet.
14-vincamine. Didn't the study confirm that it was present in the seeds?
They did. And other research has shown that it can act as a vasorelaxant,
A vasorelaxant, meaning it can help to,
relax blood vessels.
which could be really beneficial for circulation and cardiovascular health.
Exactly. And it also might have hypoglycemic properties, which means it could potentially help regulate blood sugar levels.
So 14-vincamine is another potential multitasker. This is incredible. Every compound you discuss seems to have multiple potential benefits.
I know, it's mind-blowing.
So,
When you take a step back and look at all these compounds together, it's clear that these seeds have some serious medicinal potential.
absolutely. And you know what else is exciting? These seeds could offer a much more sustainable way to access these medicinal alkaloids.
What do you mean?
Well, instead of harvesting the bark or other parts of the plant, which can be harmful and unsustainable, we can focus on the seeds, which are a renewable resource. It's a much more eco-friendly way to approach natural wellness.
That's a great point. It's not just about what these compounds can do for us, but also about respecting the plant and ensuring its survival.
Exactly. The study actually mentions that Voacanga species contained compounds that can interact with the central nervous system, suggesting they could be very beneficial.
And it's not just these newly discovered compounds either. Remember tabercinine.
Tabercine.
It's been isolated from Vocanga africana seeds in the past, and it's been shown to have anti-cancer activity. So we already knew these seeds were special.
Yeah.
This new research just adds to the excitement.
Absolutely. It's like we're just beginning to unlock the full potential of this incredible plant.
And speaking of unlocking potential, there's a really cool connection to modern medicine that I wanted to mention.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Vinpocetine. Have you heard of it? It's used to improve blood flow to the brain and support cognitive function.
I have. It's a pretty popular supplement, actually.
Right, and guess what? Vinpocetine is actually semi-synthesized using vincamine, which can be extracted from Vocanga africana seeds.
Wow, so these natural compounds are literally being used to create modern medicines. That's amazing.
It really shows how important these natural resources are. They can provide the building blocks for some truly remarkable health-supporting agents.
This study has really given us a much deeper understanding of the components within these seeds, and it's just the tip of the iceberg, I think.
Agreed. There's so much more to learn.
And remember that other study we talked about earlier? The one that identified vocafrines A through N in the seeds?
Oh yeah, vocafrines. Those were interesting.
Well, vocafrines A through G showed some pretty significant acetylcholinesterase inhibitory activity.
Which, as we discussed earlier, could be really beneficial for cognitive health.
Exactly. And it gets even more interesting. Vocafrines I and J actually showed cytotoxicity against several human cancer cell lines.
So they could potentially target and destroy cancer cells.
That's what the research suggests. It's really remarkable. We're seeing consistent evidence across multiple studies pointing to some very real health benefits from these compounds in Vocanga africana seeds.
It's just incredible to think about all the potential that exists within the natural world.
I agree. And we're only just beginning to uncover it all.
It's so exciting. So as we wrap things up here, I think it's safe to say that the seeds of Vocanga africana are truly remarkable.
They are. They contain a diverse array of compounds with a wide range of potential benefits, everything from antioxidant properties to potential neuroprotective effects and even anti-cancer activity.
And all this research is just highlighting the importance of continuing to explore the natural world for solutions to some of our most pressing health challenges.
Couldn't agree more. The future possibilities are truly inspiring.
Well said. If anyone out there is interested in learning more about Vocanga africana, we encourage you to visit www.backtoyourrootsherbs.com. We'll have a link for Vocanga africana in the description below.
Definitely check it out. It's a fascinating plant with a lot to offer.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this exploration into the incredible world of Vocanga africana.
Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure.